These rather normal-looking boxes contain a treasure trove of artifacts. Thousands of simple pottery shards, which could, however, provide important clues to the prehistoric murder case of Salzmünde. What do they tell us? For Björn Schlenker and his team, when put together, the multitude of shards fit together a greater picture, just like a jigsaw puzzle. A mammoth task. For the burial site contains at least 15,000, 20,000 fragments, packed in 45 cardboard boxes. That involves a huge effort. Luckily, the other graves are of smaller dimensions, around 7,000 or 8,000, something like that.
8,000 Scherben, 7,000 Scherben, so in der Größenordnung.
The team has to cope with a huge carpet of differently shaped shards, from large storage amphorae through finer ceramics, with elaborately worked cups and bowls up to clay drums. The shattered remains have to be sorted piece by piece. The engravings are particularly noteworthy. An anchor motif arouses special attention. The motif occurs frequently on different types of vessel. What is the special significance of this symbol? That will remain a secret of history, at least for now. Handicraft in 3D. Not infrequently, this results in an almost man-high storage vessel. The comparison shows how big it was. Filled with grain, it would have been too heavy to move. The detective work in the shard laboratory reveals a special manufacturing technique, nub-like joints that show the vessels were made from different parts, a rare finding which causes a Salzmünde task force to appreciate the potter's know-how. The circumstances leading to the shard find is also rather remarkable.
Die Toten liegen regelmäßig auffetzig.
The dead are lying arranged on burnt daub, the remains of a burnt house. They're lying there and then covered over with fragments of pottery. That tells me that it must have been a ritual and not just a burial of accidentally killed villagers.
Das Entsorgen verunglückter Dorfmitglieder.
A large number of pots must have been destroyed in a ritual before the burial took place. And the pottery reveals something else too. Fire must have played an important role. Today, the shards have a reddish appearance. That wasn't always the case. At the time they were used, they were grey to black, sometimes with smooth and polished surfaces. The fire often caused parts of the top layer to crack and turn red at high temperatures, like in the case of a house fire. Is this what happened in the 4th millennium BC? Was there a fire disaster? The skeletons in the multiple grave do reveal traces of burning. Björn Schlenker's findings shed new light on the events that took place in Salzmünde. But further investigation is needed. We need the forensics. We have to find out whether they died a violent death. There is some indication of that. If so, then the question remains, were they beaten to death, or were their skulls opened up as part of a ritual? If you ask me, maybe to let their souls escape. This is ethnologically feasible. A DNA analysis will be carried out, so we will soon know whether the dead people were related. There will also be an isotope investigation to find out what sort of food they ate. So Björn Schlenker and his colleagues are not finished yet. The laborious work to solve the puzzle of the Salzmünde crime continues.